Well, let's get more on this now with Nizar Farsakh in Washington, D.C. He's a lecturer of international affairs at George Washington University. Good to have you back with us, Nizar. We know Benny Gantz is seen as a moderate politician in Israel. What does his withdrawal from Netanyahu's government, which is by far dominated by far-right elements, what does that mean on not only the governance of Israel, but the course of this ongoing war in Gaza?
Well, for sure, it's going to impact the optics of it, but the Netanyahu government still has 64 seats, so they still have a mandate to govern. It's just that they are in war, and in times of war, the public does want a unified front. So it makes Netanyahu's ability, or his government's ability, to argue that they are fighting a united front a bit more difficult to maintain.
And we're already seeing some elements of the far right jostling for positions in the war cabinet. The extremist National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir is now demanding a spot in the war cabinet that Benny Gantz has quit. Might this make the war on Gaza even more extreme on Israel's part?
Yes, because even when the two were not part of the cabinet, they were using leaks or pushing Bibi Netanyahu to take more radical positions. If they are in the war cabinet, they will have more influence and more ability, quite frankly, to blackmail the government. That's the main challenge with the Israeli governments, that they are coalition governments, and therefore a small percentage of the government can actually force the entire government to move in their direction.
Now, one of Benny Gantz's key demands was that Benjamin Netanyahu produce a clear and agreed upon plan for Gaza by June 8th. This is something that Netanyahu hasn't done. Do you believe that Netanyahu even has a clear-eyed plan for the enclave at this point?
I do not believe he has one. I don't believe anybody actually has one. The situation is so novel. We've never had a situation since the creation of Israel 75 years ago where the Israeli population does not trust that its intelligence and army institutions are capable of defending and protecting its citizens. So there is the Israeli government and the Israeli people are in uncharted territory, and therefore they do not know even how to begin to analyze how to regain the deterrence and regain their ability to ensure their citizens that the government is capable of protecting them, because until now they are unable to do that. And I cannot see a credible day after plan without it being clear that in that plan, Israel and Israeli citizens are safer than they were on October 7th.
Okay, Nizar Farsakh, we will have to leave it there. Thanks, as always, for joining us on the program.